Thank you very much, Honorable President. I now afford Honorable Mokoena an opportunity to ask a follow-up question.
Thank you, Chairperson. With due respect, Mr. President, I was not entirely satisfied with the answer that I got from that question. It's not entirely your fault, and for the record, Chairperson, I must inform this House that my question was altered without my consent, stripping it as if it's very political and ethical substance that I wanted it lodged. President, the question was about your legacy, not anyone else's. Because the real estate capture is happening right now under your watch. Mr. President, South Africans are confronted daily with the evidence contrary to anything that comes out of your office and out of your statements. So if integrity is truly the foundation of your leadership, then transparency should not be a threat to you. Would you then submit yourself to a publicly broadcasted lie detector test to prove to this nation that everything you've said today and in all your presidential speeches is indeed truthful in all aspects? Thank you.
You may respond, Honorable President.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I don't know how a public lie detector test works. And maybe the honorable member can enlighten me on that after this session so that I can evaluate precisely what she's saying. What I have been saying and what we have been making all efforts in turning around our country from the era of state capture is there for everyone to see. And you look at quite a number of institutions that had been captured and almost been devastated. We have turned them around. And some people often talk about SARS, the way that the outstanding tax collection entity that should operate at the top of its capability had been weakened and had actually been completely captured. How we've been able to turn that around so that it is able to collect the revenue that will fund the developmental needs of South Africans and a number of other institutions that are there for everyone to see. Transnet is another one, and many others that I've referred to. So I guess in the end, people need to look at that and see how many of these are being turned around. And of course, people choose not to see where progress is being made and always focus on the darker side. And yet, there are a number of areas where institutions of our country are being revived, where they are being repositioned, and I've named just a few. And I do think progress is being made on that. And in the end, it's not only about my legacy. And I focus more on the work that needs to be done and not so much on what my legacy will be. In the end, it is our collective legacy as the people who lead this country precisely where you are also sitting as a lawmaker. Because as you sit here, you are policymakers, you are lawmakers. We are all meant to turn this country around. So we don't have the opportunity to absolve ourselves. And I will take the blame for everything wrong that's happening in South Africa. I will take responsibility for that. But what I say is that let all of us take up our responsibility to reposition this country wherever we are, lawmakers, business people, and members of the cabinet, local level, provincial level, and all over. We have a responsibilities. We are all leaders, and therefore we must take our responsibility seriously rather than to point fingers. So where we can bring about a change, let us do so. And that is what I call on you as well to take up that. But let's talk about this public lie detector test, which I hope you will also agree to be subjected to if it works. Thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable President.